Hey everybody, it's Matt Stark here at Windermere Real Estate. It is the end of July 2026 here right now. So I just wanted to kind of continue on doing these monthly market updates. I think it's always really interesting just to read the numbers, look at the stats, see how that's affecting the market and yeah, so just kind of go from there. But anyways, I thought it would be kind of interesting this month to look back, over the last few years, like 26, 25, 24, 23, and just see how we compare right now to what's happened in the past. So as of this week, there's about 2,134 active listings in the market right now. That's the last week of July. I looked back because I track all of this here to the same week in 2025, and there was about 1,632 active listings. For 2024, there was 1,100 listings. And for 2023, there was 801. So we've gone from 801 to 1,100 to 1,600 to 2,100, all looking at the same week each of these different years, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it just really shows us that the market trend has been something that's been growing here for quite a while in terms of extra inventory coming out of the pandemic where we had really historically low inventory. When I think about how rates are affecting this, right now rates are about 6.5% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. We've been in that same window here for quite a while. Let's call it between 6 and 7%, really that entire time. So it's not like, rates are going up dramatically and then that's affecting demand. It's been fairly consistent. It's just that the inventory's been growing outside of that. So, as we transition into this period where we're having quite a bit more inventory on the market, I get a lot of questions from people, is it a buyer's market right now? Is it still a seller's market? And the traditional gauge for that is based on months of inventory, meaning that if we stop putting homes on the market today, how long would it take before we run out of homes for sale? So that break line there is right around 3 months. So anything over 3 months is considered a buyer's market. Anything under 3 months is considered a seller's market. Currently in our county, based on the inventory, we're at just about 3.2 months. So we've just peaked up into what's considered a buyer's market. When I looked at it last year, there was about 2.5 months worth of inventory, about 1.8 in 2024, and about 1.2 in 2023. So we've been in that steady progression here of really transitioning over to a balanced and now just up into a buyer's market territory. So, I hope you find this interesting. I'm kind of a nerd here with the numbers. I track all of this type of stuff. So, overall though, prices are declining. We're down 6%. It's not a dramatic decline, but it is definitely coming down just based on that excess inventory. So, if you have any questions about your property, about your local market, this can vary quite a bit depending on the different zip codes, the different neighborhoods, etc. Please feel free to reach out. And thank you for watching.